What's good, YouTube? It's gonna be my video for my WrestleMania 27 review. I'm sorry, I was taking I took till now to do it. I was planning on doing it right after the show ended, but I'm visiting my mom down in Florida, and her internet was down and a bunch of bullshit. And I was gonna actually record it on my fucking iPhone, but it wouldn't publish anything to YouTube. So I finally got the internet to work. So just get to this. So WrestleMania 27. Uh, I mean, I'm gonna say right now it was definitely. I thought it was a fucking letdown. Not very disappointing, but some of the matches it was, and the placement on the card was just like, like seriously. Um, Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what's a better. But yeah. Besides for the Triple H Undertaker match and the main event, how it ended, it sent me home happy. Made me happy that I ended up uh, watching it. So yeah, so let's just get right to it. First of all, WrestleMania opens up. The stage. I gotta tell you, this is one of the best stages of WrestleMania stages, like setups I've seen sometime. It was fucking awesome. Um, just looked really cool. Um, yeah. It was basically just you had the huge WrestleMania sign across the top, and then the superstars almost came like from underground, like walked up, kind of like the Impact Zone. Like they walk up, kind of like up a ramp into the arena. But it was pretty fucking cool. Um, and just it was a big screen in the back. Just looked really cool. So the WrestleMania opens up with The Rock coming out. He basically hypes up the crowd. Gets the crowd to do some chances. When I say wrestle, you say mania. WrestleMania, and the crowd, was into it. And he says, when I say yabba, you say dabba. And so yabba dabba chant. That was pretty cool. And then Rock, so he leaves the ring and says tonight's going to be memorable, whatnot. So then we get a WrestleMania promo and the opening to WrestleMania, the fireworks and everything, which is pretty cool like always. And then the opening contest is for the World Heavyweight Championship. So right then and there, I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, I thought the first match tonight was supposed to be for the United States Championship, which I'll get to later, which really pissed me the fuck off what ended up happening with that shit. So yeah, the opening match is for the World Heavyweight Championship. So Edge defending against Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio to the ring first. The background on the Titantron was sick. It was like he was just pulling out of the. It looked like he was pulling out of the driveway of a mansion. It's pretty sick. And his car, it was some like silver. I forget what it was called. Silver something Rolls Royce. Really sick car. $100,000 or so. They said it was. It just looked fucking awesome. Um, so yeah, that was cool. I guess he came out first, and then out and Brodus Clay was already at ringside with him. They show the camera to him. All you can hear, she, yeah, she, Alberto, she. Uh, and then out next was Christian. He came out to a nice pop, so he was being Edge's corner, and then out last was the World Heavyweight Champion Edge. To a big pop, and he was getting, trying to get the crowd fired up. So yeah, the first match of the night, inexplicably, is the World Heavyweight Championship, and this match went 11 minutes. It wasn't. This match went 11 minutes, and it was a huge this was a huge letdown in my opinion. Edge retained. He hit Del Rio with a spear. First of all, what is Vince McMahon thinking? Leading off your biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, with a World Heavyweight Championship match. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I was just so shocked that this match let off, the fucking card. I thought the U.S. title match should have been first, to be honest, or the 8-man tag, get that out of the way. Which I'll get to later, was fucking atrocious. So yeah, Edge wins with a spear. It was only 11 minutes. I thought I was going to see a Christian screw job. Cost Edge the title. I just thought El Del Rio was going to win. I did not see picture Edge retaining at all. Especially since the build up they gave Del Rio, won the Royal Rumble, had a lot of good weeks on SmackDown, won some matches. Put Edge in that cross arm breaker a bunch of times. And this stuff like it's my destiny, like that shit. And I read that Del Rio was slated to win the title, and he was supposed to have a lengthy title reign, like go it throughout well into the summer and shit. So I don't know. So yeah, Edge retained. Uh, I gave this match 2 3/4 stars. I mean, it wasn't even 3 stars in my opinion. Uh, 11 minutes, and it was slow, wasn't even fast paced. They did their usual moves. I am very confused by this. The only possible the logic I could think of is that this might possibly set up an Edge versus Christian World Heavyweight Championship feud, which I would love. Maybe keep Del Rio in the feud too. I would love to see a triple threat match between those two at Extreme Rules. So yeah, Edge retains the opener, and then after the match, he and Christian kind of fuck up Del Rio's car with a crowbar and like a steel lead pipe. Um, and then Del Rio, this kind of segment ends with Del Rio is like hugging the face of his car. Just looks really upset. Kind of looks like he's crying, and looks really pissed. Kind of so. I was very disappointed by that. I thought that would be way higher up in the card and a lot more entertaining. So Edge retains. So that was 0 for 1 on predictions. So then out next is Cody. So the next match out next is Cody Rhodes, who the Titantron for his intro is pretty cool. It was like newspaper headlines of how like his face was disfigured. It was like disgusting, like Cody Rhodes, disgusting, like monster or whatever. Just making him look like a freak. Kind of. It was like headlines making him look like a freak. It was pretty cool. I like his new theme, by the way. Pretty much is like a smoke and mirrors instrumental, but I liked it. Came out in like a black, a hoodie, the dashing hoodie he usually wears, except this one was just all black, and yeah, he actually had wrestling gear on this time instead of his street clothes like he's been wrestling in on SmackDown. So Cody Rhodes out first, and out next Rey Mysterio comes out in Mr. America attire, which I thought was pretty cool. Rey always puts on cool attire for WrestleMania, and this match went for 12 minutes. I thought it was the perfect time for it. This was a good match. I enjoyed this. Solid match. Cody Rhodes ends up winning with Crossroads. At the end, the referee was distracted. He was getting Cody's mask out of the ring because it came up. Ray took it off at one point during the match, and then Cody took off Ray's knee pad and he hit Ray right in the skull with it, and then hit the Crossroads for the 3. I'm very happy Cody Rhodes won. He needed to win this. I'm glad Ray put him over. And I gave this match 3 stars. I thought it was solid. 12 minutes. Could have been a little more fast paced, but I enjoyed it. There were some good spots. Ray had a nice moonsault. I thought this was a lot better than the world title match. That's for sure. So I thought it was worthy of 3 stars. So Cody Rhodes picked up the victory. So I was 1 for 1 of my predictions at this point. I was happy Cody won that. That's big for him. He's gonna go. This is gonna be a big year for Cody Rhodes, in my opinion. So then backstage we have Snoop Dogg, or Snoop and Teddy Long. They're talking, and Snoop's like, I need some talent to come on tour with my next upcoming tour. And they sit down, and it's kind of like American Idol thing. They sit down at the desk and have like some of the superstars come up and sing. Like really, like Beth Phoenix did a duet with Great Khali. It's like wow, like that's how you use one of your best divas in WrestleMania. And well, Great Khali is worthless anyway, but. And then the funniest superstar, William Regal came up freestyle. That was funny. But Zack Ryder came up. He actually got a big pop from the crowd. You could hear. And he was singing like that god awful Friday song by Rebecca Black. Ugh. But I guess. And then Hornswoggle's last one came out, and Teddy's like, "Oh, he can't even talk." And then so he and Snoop left, and then Hornswoggle actually starts rapping, like talking, and then the Bellas came up and danced with him, and my God. I mean, the Bellas, I mean, if they don't suck dick together, I'm fucking surprised because those two were hot as hell. They looked hot tonight, and they were grinding up all in Hornswoggle. I was like, damn. I mean, those two must fuck each other. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, goddamn. Hottest twins I've seen, that's for sure. So yeah, that was a gay little segment. And then, so the next match was the 8-man tag team match. So out comes the Corre first. It's cool to see Wade Barrett at WrestleMania. Followed by Big Show and Kane, and then Santino, and Vladimir Kozlov's replacement, Kofi Kingston. And he had some cool attire on. It was almost like watermelon color. It was like green and like a light shade of, it was like pink kind of, like attire. So it was cool. So this match, I wasn't expecting anything great, but then again, there was some talent in this match. I wasn't expecting anything terrible. So the Corre versus the Big Show, Kane, Santino, Marella, and Kofi Kingston. This match went for 2 minutes. I don't even think 2 minutes. Uh, it just there was no. I don't even know like what to say. Just everyone hit like big moves. Kane had his flying clothesline. Ezekiel Jackson his big clothesline, Big Show. Kofi Kingston at Trouble in Paradise and Wade Barrett. And then the match ends with Santino hitting the Cobra on Heath Slater, who turns around into the knockout punch from Big Show. 1, 2, 3. That's your match right there. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is WrestleMania, and you come out with this type of horse shit. You get rid of money. I know, granted, if you had Money in the Bank this year, that means you'd have 3 Money in the Bank winners since it has its own pay-per-view in July. So I was cool with that. It's like, that's cool. You don't want to have too many like Money in the Bank winners. It'd just be, kind of ridiculous. But now after this WrestleMania, especially with this, you could have used it in place of this shit, Matt. I don't know what the hell this was. It was terrible. I mean, no one even got in the match for the Corre. Wade Barrett didn't get in. Heath Slater was the legal man the whole time. I mean, way to bury this fucking young talent. I thought this could have been a match. Even if the Corre would have ended up losing, at least make it a solid match where, you show off Justin Gabriel, Slater, Big Zeke, and especially Wade Barrett, their talent. That they're, young up-and-coming guys who are trying to, rise up to the main event level. This was just, I was so disgusted by this. I was like, really? When Big Show with the knockout punch, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This was fucking terrible. Plain and simple. Awful. I gave this dud. Just not even worthy of a star. I mean, it was fucking awful. Just terrible. I mean, the Brooklyn Brawler could have had a better match one-on-one with Santino than this. Just fucking terrible. Yeah, that was a dud. I was so disgusted. At this point, I was like, but aside from Cody and Ray having a decent match, this has been a letdown so far because that world title match was just a big letdown. So yeah, the Big Show's team wins. And then backstage, you show The Rock talking to Eve. I was like, Rocky, get yours. And then basically turns around and Rock says to Eve, the next person that walks around this corner, I'm going to do something special for them. Just tell me when they come around or whatever. So Eve's like, oh, you got your wish. And he turns around and it's Mae Young. She basically says she wants the people's strudel. TV 14. Which is pretty funny. And then, so they had a segment there. And Rock's like, why don't you take Mae to her seat, Eve? And they, walk away. And Mae grabs Rock's, ass cheek before she walks off. And then he's like, God, it couldn't have been anyone else. And he turns around and it's Stone Cold. This was a fucking great segment, man. I really like this. He and Rock face to face. I love Stone Cold's new shirt. It says Stone Cold on the front in blue with a skull. And on the back it says, stomping mud holes and walking them dry since 1995. Fucking awesome. I want to get that shirt. But this was awesome. They basically were just like, how you doing? Good to see you. Like, you ready to raise some hell tonight? And we're like, hell yeah. And just walked off. It was fucking awesome. I got goosebumps. Those two together, always great. Always great. Yeah, great stuff there. So up next, we get a Randy Orton CM Punk promo. Really good promo, by the way. Then out first is CM Punk. And then next is Randy Orton to a nice pop. Another thing, I don't know what was wrong with this crowd tonight. This did not seem like a WrestleMania crowd. It was fucking dead most of the night. I don't know what the hell their deal was. Like, hello, biggest show of the year. You're not going to get WrestleMania ever again, if not for a while. So yeah, stick around for part 2.